All right, welcome to Mindset Monday. I'm Jacqueline Roy. Me and Amy Mark Charles are both superstar directors that put this on each week, and it's so good to see your face. We love to see you guys each week. We really do. I think it's before we get started anymore, let me do mute all. That way, people are muted upon entering. Okay. I know for me personally, I love to see your face each Monday. I love to connect, and I feel like this allows both of those things. So I hope you feel like this is your extended family, and we're so happy to see all these names on each week. It's really awesome to see, Cindy and Corey and Courtney and Irene and Sylvia and all the people. It's awesome to see you guys on each week. So we hope that this investment each week in your business pays off and that you learn some things that you can utilize. And I know some weeks you may learn more than others. Some weeks it may be more of a social hour, but I hope that you always take away something from each mindset. So tonight we're going to talk about on the go parties, borrow bags, all the things. So I'm going to show you, I've showed this before. So I apologize if this is repetitive. I know Amy has stuff she may share that you guys have probably seen before. But right now is the time to get your products out there. Right now is the time to get bag parties. If people can smell it, it will sell. If they can get the scents underneath their nose, you will sell it. I promise. So much better than a Facebook party or a link party. If they can smell it, it will sell. I can't tell you how many times in the last couple weeks someone's walked into my house and I've had that candle going in my kitchen and I've sold a candle because of it, because they walk in and smell it and it sells. I can describe till I'm blue in the face about how amazing cider mill is, but until you smell it, you may not buy it. So that's why I think it's so big. If you are not getting at least a bag party or a borrow bag or an on the go party out every single week, I encourage you after tonight to really push for them, because now's the time that people are getting ready for fall and they tend to stay inside more and melt more scents. Now's the time people are thinking about Christmas shopping. My sister-in-law just texted me today and said, I need a Christmas list for the kids for Christmas. And I'm like, we're in October. And she's like, it's going to be here before you know it. So people have Christmas already on their mind. So first off, I'm going to show you something that I've been doing. It's actually called my borrow bag. I did this way back in the day, but I thought a borrow bag now would be a fun way to um, get the new flamed candles out there. I'm really pushing for them because I really love them. I have my huge base of customers that order wax. I have a huge base of customers that order laundry because those are two lines that I absolutely love. For example, to like right now, I've sold $1,000 in Scentsy, and I looked on before the call, and of the $1,000, 800 of it is wax and warmers, and 200 of it is the candles, the flame candles. So I feel like actually, I don't know if there's any laundry. I might have counted it just as Scentsy. Um, yeah, because I have a few club orders that did have laundry in it. Anyways, my point is, like, I've got my base built up for wax and warmers, right? And I'm really pushing the flame drought. So these are little totes that I put together. You can use any type of bag. I just bought a bunch of these at Dollar Tree before our last thing. So I just have these little borrow bag. So what I'm telling my customers is if they take a borrow bag to their work, they can melt the flame candle I have in there all week on me to let people see how great it smells. And then once they melt it all week, if they collect at least a party order in orders, they get to keep the candle and they get to keep all the host rewards. So far I've had two take me up on it and they're going this week. So I'll let you know how it goes on our next Mindset Monday. But I didn't have another one made up. So I made this one up here tonight, but this one has the blue grotto in it. And it also has testers of all the scents that come in candles. So I can just tell them, hey, the little samples in there are all the samples for the candles. All those scents right now currently come in candles. I also have some catalogs in there. And then I also just put some Scentsy bars because I want them to know that we do have things other than candles. And then I put one of my cute little fall decor that I shared last week. So that's my borrow bag. So I literally just texted customers and I said, I know that you've been wanting to try the candle. Would you be willing to take a borrow bag to your work all week and melt this candle? If you can get at least a party minimum in orders, then you can keep this. You can take this home and keep it. and then you get all the free host rewards and half price. So I'll let you know how well it's going. Today was day one for both of them. One of them works at a bank, and she actually had to move the candle because I guess it was so strong, which I guess that's kind of good for Cincy. The other one works in just like little office cubicles, and so she was able to burn it, and as far as I know, no issues. Both of them have people interested, so that's great. But I'll let you know as far as if I get any orders out of it. In worst case, I mean, if they melted all week and they say they each get 3 or 4 orders and it doesn't meet the minimum, I'm soft hearted. I'll probably still let them keep it since they've used it, and I'll just have to write it off on my taxes as marketing. But so that's my borrow bag. Um, I also have your standard um, just bag party. Go. I also have my standard bag party. I've showed it to you before. This is a diaper caddy. I got on Amazon. I want to say it was like $15. But if you literally type in diaper caddy, these are super cheap. I'll put all these links on our Mindset Monday page. I was using these scrapbook bags. It's a Paper Studio brand from Hobby Lobby, but they're like $30. This was half that price, and I feel like it's just as durable. So I put these little cards in there. I'll post a picture of this. These are cards I had made. On it, it says shop my website, has a link, join my team, it has a link, and it talks all about the Scentsy Club. So I put these in my little bag parties. I put samples of all the scents. Now, this bag party in particular just has all the fall, winter, and new scents in it. Very, very rarely ever will give someone a complete scent. Now, when I do home parties, I have every scent, but for bag parties, you don't need every scent. There's no way they can smell them anyways. I put a couple little products in there. And then I put lots of my samples. I just got done making a lot of samples. I'm trying to make a bunch before Halloween, but I've got lots and lots. I'm dropping them. Lots and lots of room spray samples that I put throughout them. And I always just tell the hostess, hand these out like candy to all your coworkers. These are free samples. Have them utilize them in the office. I also have just order forms. I always fill out a sample order form. So I know you guys have seen that before. I know that it's nothing like just crazy special or different. But one thing that I've been doing on my bag parties lately is I've been just setting goals. And I think that's one of the biggest things you can do when you get a bag party is set a goal with the host. I'm someone that's very goal oriented. If Amy were to approach me and say, hey, I need you to take this around. I need you to get at least 5 people to order. I need you to, if you can, set a goal for this. If you set a goal for this, I'll give you something extra. Well, I'm very competitive by nature. So if Amy told me that I needed to sell 400 or whatever to get entered in or to earn something, a candle for free or whatever, I'm going to work my tush off because Amy told me, and I really like to hit goals. And so I think the biggest thing you can do for a bag party is set a time frame and say, Denise, you can have this bag, bring it to your work for a week. I'm going to come get it on Friday because you mentioned, payday was Friday. So have everyone write their checks for Friday. I won't cash anything before, or maybe Monday, whatever works best for them. And then you're going to have it till then. I can accept cash, card, all the things, Venmo, Cash App. If you want, just send me a picture of what people want on their order form and I'll shoot you back the price. You don't even have to do the math. But Denise, I need you to get a minimum of 250, but if you can shoot for 500, then I will throw in a free candle that I know that you have been eyeing. Well, guess what? I got a couple of these with my last party order with my freebies. So the candle that I may be giving her, I got for half price, or I even got for free. If I did pay half price for this, I'm going to write myself a receipt and again, write it off for my taxes as marketing. I do want to put a disclaimer. I'm not a CPA, but I just know this from doing it over the years that I write off a lot of things for marketing because I need the deductions. And I know you guys probably do too. So just make sure you're setting really good goals with your hostesses. But I really encourage you to get the bag parties out. I've also said it before too. One easy way to get a bag party, and it works about every time, is just saying, hey, Irene, would you like to smell the new fall smells? And if Irene's like, yes, then okay, well, I'm going to bring by a bag to your work. I always try to go to people's work. I'm going to bring a bag to your work, Irene, and drop it off as what time is good tomorrow. And then when I get there, I'm going to be like, Irene, look, I brought you a bag. This has the new fall winter scents in it, has the catalogs. It has the new candle that I know you've been eyeing. I put a little sachet in there of the scents that just come in, the flamed candle. It's amazing. Why don't you see if you can pass this around and see if coworkers want to order, and if you can get 250 PRV in sales, you become the host, you get all the freebies and half price. So I didn't ask Irene till I'm in person with the bag, and she's probably going to say yes. Now, I do want you to know I'm not superhuman. I had last week I had two two bag parties out. Was it the no, last week it was two bag parties out. One of them, the host got zero orders. She did order $250 herself. So I guess it was a party. And then again today she ordered 4 bricks. So I need to recruit her. But so that was kind of a flop, at least bag party wise. She thought people at her work would order and they didn't. And then she was like, well, I need a big order. And then my other bag party, I set a goal, let's get 250. If you can get to 500, that's even better. She ended up getting like 325 or 330 around there, and which was great. But you're going to have bag parties that flop. You're going to have bag parties where you get no orders. But just keep trying. You're going to find that host that does really well. And then you may end up recruiting them. They may join your team. But right now is really, we have to get people excited about our product. We have to get the energy back there. I think one way I'm working that is the flamed candle route. It's just a new product. It's exciting. I love it. I do not like, though, how my 12-year-old, every time he walks by the kitchen, blows it out. And I'm like, where Lincoln's been in here again? Because blows it out and they have to go relight it. And then I yell at him. And anyway, but I love it. And I think that the excitement that I've created around that, I'm starting to get orders from my first batch that I did. I did he wants to be my product tester. And I ended up selling 15 candles. And now I'm getting people coming back saying, today I posted on my story about sugar cookie and gingerbread. And two of the people that had ordered that first batch said, oh my gosh, I love it. Those scents sound amazing. Sign me up for the bundle. And so my excitement for it, I'm highlighting it. It's creating a buzz. So you don't have to do that with the candles, but do that with something, right? If, whatever products you love, really, really start highlighting those products in your stories, on your timeline. Any way you can get people excited about the products you're excited about. So those are the two things: the borrow bag and the bag parties that I'm utilizing. And like I said, I've already sold 1,000, a couple hundred. That's from my clubs, but the rest of that's from getting these scents underneath people's faces. So, Amy, do you have anything that you want to share as far as bag parties or anything that you're doing?
Um, no, yes, sorry. I was going to add, sorry, I'm like taking notes on some of the things that you're saying because I never did the candle product tester thing. And I thought, God, like we have so many different scents right now. Like I wanted to make sure I worked on that. I really like your idea about having a candle that you're letting people use. I mean, I've done that for years with warmers or like a mini fan with pods, like say, stick this in your car and use it all week and, enjoy it because it introduces them to the fan products, diffusers. Um, but I like that with a candle. And honestly, I think that for those who don't want to just like give candles away, if they don't have enough for a party, like if it really is a flop and they're giving your testers back, I don't think they would expect to keep it, and you could just reuse that candle over and over again in your, just here's a used candle, but enjoy it. There's plenty left. Um, I think I've shown my testers my bag set so many times. So I'm just gonna show you really fast, and then there's a post in the group that shows um, I'm missing part of it because I like let somebody borrow a few of the cases because I knew what kind of scents they wanted to smell. But I've got these cases and I got my testers in here because I like to skip the floral and I like to skip the fresh scents. And I think that sometimes customers do. So I have sorted them. You absolutely don't have to do that. The other cool thing that I have is I just include a little tiny little info sheet that has like how to make what to make like my Venmo and stuff, or if they're writing, I don't think I even have a check information on here anymore. But I also do what Jacqueline says where it says like snap a picture of your order and just text it me to me and I will tell you how to fill out for your tax and shipping if there's a shipping, just to make it really easy on them so they don't have to do that. But I kind of want to see, I didn't want to spend a lot of time. I want to see if anybody else has other ideas that maybe we haven't seen before or that you didn't mention or I didn't mention.
I know Tiffany Lewis was maybe going to share something she has. Another idea, Amy, is you guys could take a selfie with the candle, or if you don't have the candle, chat GPT your face with the candle and just say, who wants to try this for a week? You don't have to say free, right? Because that would be against whatever. You could say, who wants to try this amazing Blue Grotto for a week at your work or at your home. And then if they, me, then that's when you can say, okay, we'll try it for a week. If you can get, if you can market it and get so much in orders, take it to work, you get it, like Amy said, for free. If not, just keep reusing it. I mean, these are gorgeous. And Amy, have you used yours very much? Have you used?
Yeah. I've been using the pumpkin roll and it smells so good. I don't really love the soot. Like I mean like that's a definite thing. Like I wouldn't want to use it all the time. Like and I have cats so I can't. But I it's like a treat. It's like a fun I don't know.
Yeah,
It just
I
adds to
agree.
the environment, you know?
I think for so long too that I didn't melt or I didn't burn candles. It's now like there's something like the ambience of it. It's like,
Yes.
I just had one going in my kitchen with the lights. I'm sure my 12-year-old's probably playing with it and it's probably out by now. I'll have to go relight it. But it's like the ambience of it is just really cool. And I mean, I still like, I am a wax and warmer through and through. My kids will not have these in their rooms because they would leave them on, but they're boys and they smell bad, two of them. And so they have to have the pods in their room because they smell so bad. So like there's a need for every product in my house. I just am excited to have this in my kitchen. Um, Courtney, you have your hand raised, my dear. Do you have something you can share with us?
Yes, I actually would. If anybody did, I know you guys said that other people could share their bag parties, basket parties, whatever, whichever one you call them. But if you have a more minimalistic approach to the bag or basket party, specifically in like the less printout, like that's kind of what I'm trying to move towards. I know I'm using stickers and catalogs, but I was kind of thinking about the more minimalistic approach and if you guys had ideas.
I'll jump in then. I stopped sending my testers with people because I got tired of having to replace them. Like I even said, hey, don't leave these in your car. Don't leave these in direct sun. Don't, if you don't want your product melting, please don't melt mine. You know what I mean? Like, so take it inside. Don't leave it in the car. Act like this is your little sidekick for a week. So I stopped sending testers and I went to stickers. So this is everything that I put in my bag. Amy, I probably got most of my ideas from you, I think. It's the clear bag with the little rack card on it or whatever. It just says pouch party. It's got my information. I have a picture of my husband and I on there. Um, my QR code is on everything. I put my QR code on everything. But in my bags, I do not put any product that can melt. So they get a scent circle that they can keep. So this is, I automatically tell them like, hey, that's your goodie for doing this. Here's a room spray. Oh, and this one doesn't actually say it on it, but I have a sticker that I put on them that says take me and spray me. So they know to use this. If somebody stinks at work, you could spray it on their chair. I mean, I don't recommend like spraying it on them directly, but um, you can always spray it in their general direction. I put a hand cream in there and a fan diffuser. And I like to tell everybody like this was a special one in the whiff box. This was an exclusive. So if you want cool stuff like this, get your whiff box because you'll get something cool every month. So that goes in there. And then I don't know if I've showed these before or not, but these little folders that I make, it's just a piece of scrapbooking paper. You just fold it up and then you tape the corners, like tape the edges, and it makes a cute little folder. So in my folder, I put a regular catalog. And then I laminated a few things. So like this is the fall winter list. There's going to be your 10 new fragrances that came out for fall and winter. And I probably have like double of everything in some of them, but I feel like you can never have too much information if they want, and even they could lay them in different places at the office or whatever. So this is just the list of, a bigger list of all the fragrances that are available. And since I got back from Greece, everything that leaves my house has a picture that I took from Santorini. And on the back of it, it says, "Thank you for supporting my business." And it says, "Village of Ia, Santorini, Greece," and the photo by me. I just want people to see, like, this is what Scentsy did for me. Like, this is what my business did. And this can happen for you too. And then every month I make the scent of the month cards, and I just keep adding them in there as long as the fragrances are still available, because they won't go out of style. You know what I mean? Like, you can keep these in there for as long as the scent is available. So that's going to go in this little folder. And then I also, because I know that not everybody can read that little tiny print, I did print off the larger product list and the warmer list, and I laminated them. I think I got that idea from you, Jacqueline, to like laminate everything. And I love that. Because then you can take your little counter clean and wipe it all down, or your swipes. And that is another product that I usually put in a bag, is the swipes. Or body wipes. If I have one or the other, that is what I throw in there. So they can test those out too. And then like this, I've got the fall product list on there. So that's just a few things that I put in my bag. It probably is too much, but like I said, I do not put any product that can get ruined per se, like wax bars. I don't put wax bars in there anymore, and I do not send testers. Just because I don't know. It got to be costly. And then people just stopped giving them back to me. And I know it's because they got ruined. But I do also what Amy, for parties, like home parties and things like that, I've got these testers as well.
Now, do you see, Tiffany? So I've never done a bag party without some type of scents they can smell. Do you?
I have the stickers.
Well, do you feel like the stickers are well enough for people to order? Do you feel like that you're still not the same with stickers? That's good to know. And I think back to, you're still kind of hooking them on the scent. Because like I said, I think people, when they smell it, that's really when it sells, especially like I might smell something and be like, oh my goodness, I never would have ordered that if I wouldn't have smelled that. And so, but I guess also on the other flip side of that, fundraisers I have very successful fundraisers where they just order based on description. So I just didn't know if you saw much of a difference using, and then do you
honestly, I feel like this season, and it really started in the summer, if people want it, they're just going to buy it based off of description. They don't, I feel like they don't feel like they have to smell it. And knock on wood, I haven't had anybody say, oh, I don't like the smell, will you trade it or send it back? I don't, that doesn't happen to me. I have had people on my team who that happens to them a lot, like entire orders of 10 to 12 bars, and they don't like a single one of them. Thankfully, that's never happened. But
yikes.
Hey, Jacqueline.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I give a little idea?
Absolutely, Tiffany.
This is not an official bag party, but just like going through your old testers, transition testers. I did that the other day and just pulled out the scents that are current again in this catalog. And tonight I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gallon-sized bags that have over 30 testers in each. And then I have little bags that have about 15 maybe in them. I'll put a catalog in here and a holiday brochure. This is money sitting in my closet that I need to get out.
Yep.
I don't care about getting my testers back. Every time I go to a doctor's appointment, there's some that I go to every year seasonally, they expect their testers and catalogs to be delivered. I don't ask anybody to host or anything. They expect me to deliver these And it's not a complete set, but it's more than they got time to smell at work.
Yep. That's a
And
great,
it cost me nothing.
yeah, that's a great point, Delinda, too. I have a whole, I just gave a couple bags to, they weren't anything current, but a lady, she works at a nursing home, like an assisted living, and she does PT, OT. And so she was wanting to use the scents for some of her OT stuff. And so I went through and gave her all the ones that weren't current. But with that being said, I have probably 2 tubs of all that I need to go through too. That is money sitting in my office. That is future employees I need to employ and get them out to work. And I'm huge, like you, Delinda, on not putting complete sets. I don't think anyone needs to smell all of them. I just think they need to connect with a few. And so I love that you shared that, because that's just a reminder to me that I've got this is my only bag party that I currently have right now, because I have my other 2 out again, hopefully making me money. But I probably have, like you, probably 4 or 5 sets in my office that
now I have 2 full complete sets.
Yeah.
That are for my host.
Yeah.
That actually are hosting a bag party. But as far as, like I said, I don't care if I get these back. I'm going to get transition testers again next year. So, let them have them.
Yeah. And you probably have enough. You could probably put together a couple of bags like I have of just
Oh, yeah.
candle. Because again, like I said, if you focus, if I gave this to you, Tiffany, or maybe I just do the stickers, you could do stickers too, and said, hey, these all come in this beautiful candle. Snip and see which ones you like. I'm connecting them to my new product. I'm sure I probably have a few more of these I can put together, except for the gingerbread. But yeah, I'm so glad you shared that, Delinda.
All right, no problem.
I'm sure Amy's got, how many testers do you have in your office, Amy? Or have you gotten rid of them?
I've been trying to give them away. I give away like a couple of testers with my local orders, just current scents when they come back.
Yeah.
And then if they're not current, I throw them away.
Yeah. Love it. Okay. Anybody else have anything that they want to share? Tiffany and Delinda, you guys rock.
I got something real quick.
Yes.
I kind of do like everybody else. I've kind of got, my bags have a counter clean in there, a room spray, a little fan pod with pods, maybe a scent circle or something, and a few testers. But one thing I've kind of noticed is I make these little packets for the host or whoever, I drop it off to. There's several of these in there, and it's got my sticker on the front with my website. It's got a sticker on the back with my QR code to our Connect app, so they can sign up for the newsletter and all of that. And inside is, and this is for, like I said, for them to hand out to anybody that wants a sample. Inside I put, this is the Harvest Collection flyer that I made, just double-sided flyer, and it's got my information on the back. And then I made up some little bitty, I don't know if you can see that. Mm-hmm. It's got all the scents of the season, and on the back side I put stickers, some of the current scents, just so they can have a sniff. And then there's a wax sample and a dryer sheet sample, and that goes in the little packet that everybody can get and hand out, that goes out of my bag. But everything else is kind of pretty much the same as everybody else's.
I love that, Denise. So if I was your host, would you just hand me that little bag and say like, hey, this is just for you. This is stuff for you to try. That way you can see kind of try the product for yourself.
The host is going to get the scent circles for sure. And I tell her that these little bags, she can have one of these too, but I tell her that these little bags are for her to pass out to anybody who's interested in looking and smelling, and they can smell the testers. They can use the counter clean. They can use the room spray. They can use the little fan diffuser. And then I've also got a little, the little cards in here that this is Wax and Wanda.
I love it. Okay. Show us your bag. So where did you get your bag at?
That's a 31 bag.
Nice.
And it says party to go on the front.
Oh my gosh, so, you are bringing back memories. I remember back in the day when 31 first came around, I actually signed up to be a consultant. I didn't tell anyone, just so I could get the starter kit I was a kidnapper because they had so many bags. I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm going to use all these. And I put party to go, all the things on all the bags. I think with the starter kit, it was like, I want to say it was like 8 bags or something. I never sold 31. I just did it to get all those bags to use with my Scentsy.
Carry these in my purse as well everywhere I go. And when I check out at the store, I give it to the little cashier and say, here, thank you. This is for your wonderful service, or, thank you for your great attitude, or whatever. I just hand it to them. Go out to eat. It goes to my waitress or waiter. I mean, these go everywhere with me, but they also go with my party to go.
I love it. I love it, Denise. Such a good reminder too, to just keep sharing Scentsy with people, because that's the easiest way we're going to get new customers, is by sharing it and not just keeping it to ourselves. So thank you, Denise. That was very insightful. I appreciate all the great ideas. That was awesome. Anyone else have any ideas that they have, things they want to share with their bag to go or party to go, or anything that we didn't cover tonight that you're itching to share? And if not, I mean, guys, oh yes, Denise, go for it. I see you with your hand raised.
I got one more little tip for Halloween. I'm doing a trunk or treat. So I made these little adult treat cards. It says, kids want snacks, adults want wax. Smell me, heat me, but please don't eat me. Here's a little treat just for you. I know you'll want more, so text me when you do. It's got my name and phone number, my QR
What is
code.
that? Oh my goodness, you have to share pictures if you will share pictures of that too on our Mindset Monday page, we'll approve that on the post, because that is so stinking cute. I've been making room spray samples like crazy for this reason, but I may have to like twist the words to put room spray.
I got a whole bucket ready to go.
I had printed these off last year. It says kids want snacks, parents want wax, sniff me, heat me, but please do not eat me. And they have little bats on them. They're just an Avery label. Yeah. And I stuck them on little baggies of samples.
Okay, I'm gonna have to think of something that rhymes with room spray. Don't be cray, try a room spray. Kids want candy, moms want spray. I don't know. I'm gonna think of something. But yeah, my goal is to, before Halloween, have at least 500 room spray samples to hand out. I think I'm getting 2 more room sprays in. I did the 2 of the newer ones, the frosted something from fall that sounded delicious, and Christmas cottage, snowberry, and Luna, and to 2 Lunas. So those are the ones I've picked so far, but I need some cute saying to put on a label on the Ziploc bag. So if you guys know of any or can think of any, or I probably just need to use my Joe with ChatGPT to help me think of a cute little label. But
don't be cray, use the spray.
Oh, there you go. Don't smell cray, use the spray.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. So once I get my little labels created too, I will post them on our Mindset page too, and I'll take a picture of all my little samples. But I want a full bucket. When people come by, their kids get candy, I'm going to be passing out room sprays like crazy. Our little neighborhood, I've told you before, is nuts. Like last year we had 950 something trick-or-treaters, and we have adult stops too. So like there'll be a list at the front of all the adult beverage stops, and food stops, like where you can get popcorn or hot dogs or whatever. And so the adults do walk away with stuff. And so my house is going to be the Scentsy house. But so anywho, it's a lot of kids tomorrow. It's a lot. Some people will, we usually buy, I'll have to, I usually post on Halloween how many bags of candy that we have. But we usually get we try to get around 3,000 pieces of candy. So I start stocking up. Like I started stocking up last month when I see sales at Sam's or whatever. Like I don't buy all that in 2 or 3 weeks. If Amazon has good deals, I stock up then. Anyone that comes to my house to trick or treat, they are asked to bring a bag of candy because we provide chili and food and all the things. So like my sister, mother-in-law, all of them, they all have to bring a bag of candy when they come, because it just, so we don't run out. But anywho, so I will, once I get my labels created, I will post those so you guys can steal and use if you want to. All right, I think if that's it, Amy, do you have anything else you want to share? No? And Tiffany and Delinda and Denise and Courtney, Thank you so much for sharing tonight. I'm so impressed. It's actually 8:36. We kind of stayed on schedule. So thanks for getting on tonight. I look forward to seeing you guys next Monday. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you guys later. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Love you.